Be live. Hi, everyone. Welcome to SBR Sports Picks. My name is Peter Loshak. This is the Loshak and the Bag Show for Tuesday morning, September 26th. Jimmy the Bag still not recovered. You know, it's nothing serious. Again, he has a little bit of a sickness, a little bit of a disease. Nothing serious. It is a little embarrassing. Only a little, though. You know, nothing that hasn't happened to most of us, I would presume. But Jimmy the Bag will be back at some point. He might even be back as soon as tomorrow when he recovers. And we all, of course, wish him well. And he deserves, very, very much deserves a break. And he just got run down. He just got run down a little bit. He will be back, though. I will once again today try to do my absolute best. I will also be filling in the Audible show covering NFL, so I have done a bunch of NFL research. You know, some interesting stuff going on in NFL. We'll talk about that a little bit. What's going on? What do you? Oh, okay, all right. Sorry about that. All right. So yeah, Jimmy is out today. I am going to once again try my best on my own to provide a show filled with a brisk pace, entertainment, value, information, winning picks, and of course, illustrating and highlighting all of the most important comments that come in that are often funny. And also very illuminating. Yesterday, of course, everyone was split right down the middle as far as the total is concerned for the Pittsburgh-Tampa Bay game. The over cashed. Once again, I probably am being a little bit overly cautious here with my leans and stuff. I said that if I had a free pick, I would take Pittsburgh on the side. If I had a free pick on the total, I would take the over. And I was pointing out that the Pittsburgh team total over might have been worth a shot. A lot of people predicted like the 30-27 specific final score. I think a few people actually did predict exactly 30-27. A few people predicted 30-27, I think, for Tampa Bay. But everyone in general had a pretty good read on that game. Definitely seemed like more people were on the Steelers than on Tampa Bay in the comments section. So congratulations to all of you guys. There were definitely a bunch of Pete, take the Steelers, trust me type comments. And there were no Pete, take Tampa Bay, trust me type comments at all. There were some people leaning Tampa Bay, but definitely felt like more people were on Pittsburgh than Tampa Bay. So congratulations to all of you. And the total split down the middle. A lot of people loving the over. Jimmy the Bag had the over. Congratulations to him. A lot of people being contrarian, though, taking the under. And, of course, in MLB, I had a mildly positive day in MLB, which was very nice. Strasburg, did wind up giving up a couple runs, but Pittsburgh did wind up getting to Cole Hamels enough to get the over first 5 innings, team total over 1.5 as a play. I left a lot of my leans in MLB cashed yesterday. I left Pittsburgh first 5 and Pittsburgh -1 on the table. I did wind up pulling the trigger on Arizona -1, which lost, but not on the first 5 innings. Ray outpitched Kershaw, so, I could have had a much better day in baseball, but overall it was a profitable day still on my official picks, and in general the analysis that we did was pretty good. All right, so let's see. And of course, Colorado Rockies, Philadelphia. 2 people took Philadelphia. One of them was Gin Rummy. The other one was myself. Everyone else was all over Colorado, and of course, in the end, you guys cashed. I know, I acknowledge it. I was like, yes, Philly's horrible. They're horrible defensively, blah, blah, blah. I was like, but because of the number, I'm going with Philly. So me and Gin Rummy had to eat a loss on that one, and about 15 people in the comments section were able to eat a win, taking Colorado. Tons and tons. Everyone cascaded in, coming in on Colorado yesterday. Congratulations to all of you. I and Gin Rummy feel a little bit embarrassed right now, but great that all of you guys cashed on that one. Let's see. Other comments here coming in. Let's see. What do we have here? I didn't check. Of course, Kobe Valentine, a bunch of other people were talking about a lot of prop bets that they like. I didn't check to see which of those prop bets actually wound up cashing. But, it was a high-scoring game, so I'm sure a lot of those yardage props did wind up cashing on the over. The Red Girl says St. Louis and Tampa Bay shit the bed. Yes, St. Louis did. That was one of my winners. I did have Milwaukee -1, thankfully, so that saved my day. That was a casher. All right, so let's see. What other we have here? What's the line says? That Cardinals bullpen fucking stinks. Yes, they do. And I'm thinking that Milwaukee on the second half again today might be a play that I am liking. We will get into that game. Let me just pull up my my notes here. Look for some early comments, and then we'll quickly into MLB. Of course, I've already given out a bunch of college football plays this week on the Monday shows. Again, this is a week where it seems like a lot of my plays, I'm trying to time a reversal of form from some terrible teams in college football. Hopefully I won't get too burned on that. But that's what I'm doing in college football. And again, I am, Jessica Fine says, you giving out plays in NFL so I can fade finally? Let's throw the NFL record up there. Jessica Fine. I do well in NFL overall. I just haven't been giving out picks. But look at that. There you go, Jessica Fine. 4-3 in NFL for me. And long term, you know, I have a pretty decent record in NFL. So yes, Jessica Fine. But Jessica Fine, if you are going to fade me on any plays, be specific, because as we know, a fade is the same thing as making a pick. You know, everyone knows how annoying it is after games are done. Someone comes back and says, oh, yes, this is my pick, this is my pick, this is my pick, this is my pick. And you're like, really? After the fact, you went 6-0. After the games were done, you were able to identify 6 winners. Maybe you left out the losers. So Jessica Fine, if you're going to fade me, let me know which games you're fading before the game starts, moron. All right, Jessica Fine, yes, I know that you can pick winners after the games are done. If you're going to fade me on specific picks, fuckface, you got to let us know before the game starts. Do you understand that concept, you idiot, Jessica Fine? You have to identify the plays you're fading before the game starts. Fuckface. You got that? All right, good. Have a nice day, Jessica Fine, by the way. All right, so let's see. What do we have here? Comments coming in. Comments. By the way, Jessica Fine, I don't really have anything against you. I just know it's like, you know, mildly entertaining to lose it on camera like that a little bit. So that's why I did it. I don't really have anything against you. Carry on, Jessica Fine. Absolutely. All right. So let's see. See, there you go. Adam Lopez says, Pete, you're the best. You see, Jessica Fine, I'm just saying that because people like that when I have that kind of reaction on camera. Nothing personal, Jessica Fine. Continue on hating, please, and wasting your life, you fuck. All right, let's go. Let's see. All right, so let's see. Other comments coming in, then we'll get into a MLB. More bad news for you, Jessica Fine. I had a winning day in MLB yesterday. I'm sorry. Yes, there will be losing days that I'll have in MLB. It could happen today, Jessica Fine, and then you'll be happy. But what do you want me to lie about my record? I'm not going to lie about my record. I had a winning day in MLB. Go back and watch the videos. It wasn't a huge winning day, just 1 unit or so, but it was a winning day. What can I say? All right, so let's see. Other comments coming in here. Yeah, Joe Licari, Big Ben over 310.5 yards. That one cash. Let's see. Gin Rummy says, no worries, Pete. It's only one losing play. I had a slight losing day yesterday. Gin Rummy, yeah. I'm not worried. It's just like you and me, pal. We were the only ones who had Philadelphia. Everyone else and their mom was on Colorado, and everyone else and their mom was right. It's a lonely world here, Gin Rummy, on taking Philadelphia. Just you and me, pal. Just you and me. All right, let's see. Okay, so Cody Valentine says he went 3-4 with his prop plays, 22-9 season total now. And yes, as I've said, you can get really hot with some of these prop plays, and I would expect someone who knows what they're doing in props with NFL and NBA, someone who knows what they're doing, to be able to hit upper 50s, maybe low 60s long term. Low 60s would be super, super impressive. I would stick to an expectation of upper 50s. That is definitely doable. Yes, even by the squares in the low bag chat. Yes, even by those guys. That match fixing alerts and Jessica Fine so much love to hate. All right, hate on. All right, let's see. No, I'm not match fixing alerts. Let's see. All right, so what do we have here? Comments coming in. Oh, Reggie says, thanks for the Dallas Stars, Pete. Yeah, I did also take 4 plays in the NHL preseason yesterday. I mentioned what they were. They were 2 -1 lines and 2 underdogs, and I went 2-2. So I had a small winner with that one. I had Montreal, which was winner as a dog line. Vancouver, which is a loser as a dog line. I had Dallas, which was my biggest play, -1, that one cashed. I also had Philly -1, and that one lost, but the Dallas play was the one that I mentioned. So shout out to you, Reggie. Again, I approach NHL preseason with caution, but I feel like I do have a certain thing that I'm looking for, and so far it's been okay. So you're welcome, Reggie. All right, so let's see. Other comments coming in. Then we'll get into an MLB. I will say that today's MLB card doesn't look quite as good as yesterday's card. Joe M says, solid info here. Thumbs up. Looks like a new viewer. Wow, nice stash. Yes, Joe M. Like everything else in this show, this shit is completely real. 100% real, for better or for worse. Joe M. asking, his first question was, solid info here. I can pretty confidently say, Joe M., yes. Solid info here. A small amount of it comes from me. Most of it comes from the comment section. We have some guys who really pay attention to what they're doing, who have given out great calls up all season long. One guy named Angel Romero, Mexican Soccer League and Mexican baseball. Kyle Jack is a guy who I believe works at a book or works in the industry somehow and follows certain conferences in college sports very closely. Joe M. Do we have the other record up? The other? Other, it should be in there. Joe M, check this out. This is my record from handicapping stuff like curling and Aussie rules football and rugby and stuff like that. Those markets are obviously a lot more beatable, and when people request me to handicap one of those sports, I definitely do. It also is the cause of the Elasto Painters being my favorite sports team in the world, Philippines basketball. So yes, Joe M, there is some solid info in here. Most of it comes from the comments section. A lot of people, Kobe Valentine has a lot of great comments. And yeah, we do have, I feel confident saying that. I definitely feel confident saying that. All right, so let's see. Other comments coming in, and then let's see. What else do we have here? Comments coming in, and then we will, get into MLB. I just want to check it out. Check out the comments here. Marco Lou says a square play of the day, Twins run line. Is Marco Lou saying that he's on that, or saying that that he thinks anyone who is on that is square? Because I was thinking maybe a shot with Detroit in that one. We will get into that. I didn't look at the games from the overnight lines. Comic Ricky says, hey, Pete, how's it going? Not too bad, Comic Ricky. Right back at you. How's it going with you, Comic Ricky? Thanks for that comment. All right, let's see. Not Apple says Pete is in love. All he wanted in life is to be ridiculed by a woman. Yeah, I'm not averse to a little BDSM / degradation once in a while. Sure, bring it on. All right, let's see. Yeah, Jesse Dykstra says Pete should have grabbed that Astros team total over. Look, anyone who did that, nice job. Estrada's a guy that I've been looking to fade in general, but his last start was a little bit eye-opening for me, and at home in the Rogers Center, things can be a little bit tricky sometimes, and we know that Houston, tends to do better against the lefties as well. So I stayed off it, but yeah, I mean, fading Estrada is something that I can see the argument for. And if you grabbed that one, Jesse Dykstra, congratulations, because you had a winner. I stayed off it, and yeah, in the end, I probably should have taken that. And huge shout out to Natalie Alvarez, who said Steelers team total over, and predicted that the Steelers would have 23 by halftime, and they absolutely did, of course. So huge shout out to Natalie Alvarez for nailing the team total over for Pittsburgh and calling them to come out with a huge start. Okay, now let's get into MLB. Wait, hold on one second. Let's get into MLB. Let's see. Into MLB, -110, Nostroda says Loshak trolls out in full force today. Hindsight is 2020. Let's see. Jessica Fine says Loshak says not looking at games with overnight lines. No, I didn't look at the games without overnight lines. Listen. Get your hearing checked out, Jessica Fine. You know what I'm saying? You have medical insurance, don't you? Get your hearing checked out, Jessica Fine. I said I didn't look at the games without overnight lines. Obviously, I looked at all the games with overnight lines. Hearing is fundamental, Jessica Fine, especially if you're a hater. If you're a pathetic human being who's a hater, hearing is so important. Good hearing is so important, Jessica Fine, especially if you're a hater. You got to get your hearing checked out, Jessica. All right, so let's see. Jared Schrader says, I told you, Pete, that Steelers would win. Yes, you did. A lot of people were strongly on the Steelers, and as I said, it was a quote-unquote desperation spot for them, and normally in those situations, I'm looking at the first half as well, so I should have taken Steelers on the first half. I just passed on it. All right, so let's see. All right, so let's get to Noah Lastark says he's now 29-5 on NFL props, 5-0 last night. Hell yeah, very nicely done. All right, so let's get into MLB today. Tricky card here today. Obviously, some eye-popping stuff. Scherzer coming out as a massive favorite, and that line has gotten bet up. Houston again looking tempting as a road favorite. The Boston game didn't have an overnight line. Yankees game didn't have an overnight line. I'm definitely thinking about a shot with Milwaukee on the second half here, as people have already pointed out. The St. Louis bullpen is very suspect. Milwaukee bullpen is good. Gio Gonzalez, up and down. What to expect from him? He had a good start in his last start. Is he going to have another good start here? I don't know. I suspect he might be a little bit vulnerable. Gomber has been very, very good. He has, he's coming off of an iffy start. I think Gomber will be okay. Probably the advantage here will come for Milwaukee in the second half. So I'll start off with that, definitely. And that is just -119. Of course, that could lose, but I think it's a play that has some value. I'll start with this one. Milwaukee, second half, -119. That's at Bookmaker right now. That is an official pick. I'll start with that one. The other games on the card are a little bit tough. Gallardo obviously is starting for Texas, and he's been a guy who has been basically an auto fade for me for a while, and I've been generally successful with that. Feels like another down spot for him, but not quite as down as other spots in the past for him. And I'm assuming that the team total here is going to be 2.5. Let me just check it. I didn't have time to check it in the morning. Yeah, 2.5 minus 108. You know, would be a lean to the first 5 team total over for the Angels, fading Gallardo again, but he might be a little bit better here. I also think Shoemaker might be a little bit better here. Yesterday, I did bet the under, but only at 9 in the Texas game, and I did when it was at 8.5. I didn't want to give it. It did wind up landing on 9, so that was a wise decision by me. This total in this game is headed up. I'm thinking maybe a shot with the under, but I'm going to wait. I'm going to hold off on that one for now. Thinking about maybe a shot with the under on this one, and more so a shot with the second half under. Both Gallardo and Shoemaker, you know, obviously questionable, a little bit suspect, but I think they might be a little bit better than they have been recently, so I'd be leaning under 9, a little bit stronger, second half under, and that's an interesting game. Then we have the Dodgers against Arizona. Walter Buehler starting against Cook. Cook, of course, was a guy who was very vulnerable for most of the year. His last start, though, was a 4-inning relief appearance that was excellent, so they're giving him a start here. I think he's probably vulnerable here. I did jump on the over, despite Buehler starting, I did jump on the over on this one when it was 8. Now it's up to 8.5, although the Greek still has 8 minus 130. You know, yesterday I thought Arizona might have some value as an underdog, and they did on the first half, but then the Dodgers came back late, and I would have taken the Dodgers second half yesterday, except it was just a little bit too high of a line for me to want to take it. I'd be leaning over here, and even though Buehler has been awesome, I'm just not sure that Arizona should be a plus 200 dog here. I got burned on this one yesterday, taking Arizona, but it just feels like this is just too high of a line here, despite how great Buehler has been. I am leaning over on this one. I bet it at 8. There is still an 8 available. Let me see any comments coming in. Yeah, Tomer says Cook is bad. He's only starting because Buchholz is out. Well, no, he's also starting because his last appearance was legitimately good. Let's give credit where credit is due, right? Tomor, his last appearance, 4 innings in relief, got a bunch of strikeouts. Credit where credit is due. His last appearance was good, and that's also part of why he's starting. Arizona doesn't hit good right-handed pitchers like Buehler, and the Dodgers are playing their best baseball. Yes, Tom Marino made a great argument for the Dodgers. Darryl Lyle says I'm on the Dodgers, and if I was going to take the Dodgers, I would definitely take them on the -1 line, betting into some volatility with Cook here, and also with the Arizona lineup. Okay, let's see. -110. Nostratota says teams playing for something will be steamed. Unfortunately, 5 days is a small sample size, but should profit if you pick the right spots. Yes. Nostratota, I talked about this in yesterday's show about how this time of year, in all sports actually, and especially in baseball, you see a lot of big line moves that are based on those kinds of factors. Teams, quote-unquote, playing for something against teams that, quote-unquote, aren't playing for anything. And a lot of times, those big line moves are wrong. And I mentioned the Arizona against the Cubs game. We've already seen that. I'm sure you know what I'm talking about, Nostratota. You remember? Cubs, like a 70-cent line move in favor of the Cubs because the D-backs were throwing up a AAA lineup and the D-backs wound up winning 9-zip. And I predicted that we would see more of that stuff in the upcoming games in MLB. So great point there, Nostratota. Let me see. Other comments coming in here. Palos Way likes the Angels team total over to hit Gallardo. That makes sense. Let's see. Any other comments coming in? Jesse Dykstra loving Cardinals first 5 over 2. Yes. I was thinking about that one as well. It feels like a down spot for Gonzalez. It's just, it's a little hard. Maybe other people have a good way of reading when Gonzalez is going to be good or bad. I feel like my read is not perfect on Gonzalez. A lot of times, I feel like when I'm betting on him to get hit a little bit, he has a 5-inning shutout start. And when it seems like he's going to have a good start, he does get hit. I would be leaning that way as well. I would be leaning that Gonzalez does get hit a little bit here. The team total over for the first 5 innings, as you said, is just 2. That is definitely a lean, something I'm thinking about, and almost certainly something that I'm going to bet. Almost certainly something that I'm going to bet. Yeah. Yes. Man, that is a tricky one because when Gonzalez is on his game, you know, he does give you the 5-inning shutout starts or the 5-inning 1-run starts. That could easily happen here against St. Louis lineup. But I would still be leaning St. Louis first half -2, and I have already given Milwaukee on the second half as well. All right, so let's see some other, yeah. Again, the games that didn't have overnight lines, I didn't look at, but I will look at this afternoon and discuss in the afternoon show. Cleveland against the White Sox, Bauer against Shields. That's an interesting game. We can talk about Detroit, Minnesota. Turnbull against Stewart. This is a tough one. Obviously, Detroit is a bad team. Detroit's a bad team. Turnbull really talk about shitting the bed. That is what Turnbull did in his last start, but he had some very nice minor league results. Could see him having a nice start here, and I would be maybe thinking about Detroit's second half, maybe thinking about Detroit -1. Marco Lou says that he thinks Minnesota -1 is this, or -1.5 is the square play of the day. I don't know if he was saying he's going to be on that, or if he thinks that anyone who is on that is square. I was thinking about Detroit's second half, maybe thinking about Detroit -1, maybe at the big dog line. Again, today's card, not as many plays that I'm liking as opposed to yesterday. Let's see, what else do we have here? Yeah, what's the line? Also says Gio gets hit by St. Louis hard. Yes, I think you're right. I think you're right. Damn. All right, let's see. Yeah. Let me see. Okay. Yeah, Dan Kelly with a long-term U.S. economy play where interest rates are about to take off and inflation is going to pick up after being artificially held down by the Fed, by the TBD and sell calls against it. Dan Kelly knows a thing or two about what he's talking about there, copying and pasting that one. Okay, let's see. Flipper13 says, thanks, Pete, for Dallas NHL last night. Yeah, that was my main play last night, and it did cash. What's the line? Loving St. Louis over 3.5 team total. Let me see. Other comments here coming in. Other comments coming in. Nostratota says, my model went 10-2, but I picked 2 of the 3 losers. Phillies 2, Pete. Was the positive EV play regardless of the result? Okay. Philly lost 15-1 or something like that. After the fact, Nostratota saying still Philly is the great play. It was the positive EV play. And I hope he's right. Look, I was on it. All right, let's see. Other comments here coming in. Let me see. What else do we have here coming in? I'm just looking at this. Shout out to Jared Schlater. Jared Schrader. Melos Palos Way says Bundesliga Bayern to win both halves. All right, I'm going to copy and paste that one. Bundesliga Bayern to win both halves. Interesting. That'll be a dog line. Let's see. Let me see. All right. Eric Jones says, yes, beat Detroit today. Maybe. Yeah, maybe. All right, other comments coming in, and then we will get to some more MLB. I just wish there were more MLB plays that I really liked today. The problem is that, we'll look at a lot of these games, and they're mostly going to be passes for me, unlike yesterday where I had a lot of plays that I liked and a lot of leans that I probably should have given. Let's see, other comments here coming in. Yeah, Bettis, there was no overnight line on that game. Chris Sanitate says, Pete, write this down, bro. Rockies will sweep the Phillies. Okay. Chris Sanitate says Rockies will sweep the Phillies. With the Phillies defense, that's not necessarily that hard. But let me see. Other comments coming in. Flipper13 says, this year was my 3rd best baseball season ever. Thank you, Low Bag Show. I've been betting bases since 1984. Great job, Flipper13. Presumably the markets are supposed to get tighter. But Flipper13 has his 3rd best baseball season ever. Been doing this for years and years and years. Let's see. Up. What's the line? Says Angelique Kerber at 1.8. Wutan. All right, I'm going to copy and paste that from what's the line as well. All right, we got comments coming in. Let me see. Ralph Portuando says run line, Pete. Dodgers, they're on fire. Yes. Tom Marino says Coke doesn't pitch deep either, and Arizona's bullpen has been bad. Definitely, that is true. Fail Vine says love your energy, Loshak. Can't wait until the bag is back. Shout out to Fail Vine. Thank you so much. Yes, bag should be back very shortly as soon as he's better. All right, we'll look at some other MLB games, and then we will. Hold on. Shit popping up all over the place. Sorry, let me just close out Skype here. Sorry, people. I got shit popping up all over the place. Sorry, guys. All right, now I'm back. Norm Marino says team seen Gomber the second time or hitting him idling over in St. Louis, Washington. You mean St. Louis, Milwaukee? Yeah. Vegas Gun 1 says maybe a good time to talk about bet size adjustments. Yes, you should always adjust your bet size. If your bankroll grows, your bet size should increase. If your bankroll goes down, your bet size should decrease. Your bet size should always be a percentage based on your expected average average edge. You know, some people use a very specific Kelly approach to bet sizing. Other people just estimate what their edge is and use a bet size like that, and that is fine. The Kelly principles still apply. Great point, Vegas Gun 1. Definitely adjusting your bet size is always something that should be done. I don't do it every single day, but I do it if I hit a certain point up or down, then I will take a jump up in my bet sizing, and I have those concepts in my head at all times. If my bankroll is increasing, I'm more likely to do something 1.5 or 1.25 units than if my bet size wasn't increasing. And Christ, Jesus, coming up here, close this shit out. And if my bankroll is decreasing, I am less likely to do those things. All right, close. Good, great. Okay, so here we go. What other comments here? Jeffrey S. says, Pete, what do you think? Baltimore run line, Philly run line, White Sox run line, Arizona run line. Well, let's look at that. The Arizona run line, I don't know. I understand why it's tempting because they're such a big underdog, but it makes me nervous. Cook is not good. The Arizona bullpen is not good. The Arizona lineup is not hitting. The Dodgers are rolling. Buehler, it might be a little bit of a different situation going into pitching in Arizona here. The roof is expected to be open. So Buehler could have an unexpected dud, which is why I kind of like the over. But I don't know about that one. White Sox run line, that game did not have an overnight line, so I don't really have an opinion on that one as of right now. Of course, we know that Cleveland is probably going to be resting hitters in various spots, so it probably behooves one to not bet on a Cleveland game until you know what the lineups are. Let's see, Philly run line, man. Let me see, where is that line? Velasquez against Bettis. I don't know, man. Philly's definitely a bad team, right? Their fielding is historically bad. They're just a bad team. Colorado might get, a sweep of this series and win each game by 6 runs. Velasquez is not someone I trust. Bettis, of course, was a bad pitcher who at one point had the best first 5 innings record in all of baseball. That one, after getting burned by Philly yesterday, makes me nervous. Let's see. Yes, God, Dan Kelly. Yes, everything you're saying is right, Dan Kelly, but it's depressing as hell for people who know what you're talking about. Dan Kelly. Yes, you're right, but it's depressing as hell. All right, so he's talking about general economic stuff. And then Baltimore run line is Where is that game? Yeah, that game also didn't have an overnight line. Yacobonis against Price. I don't know. Again, we have to see who's in the lineup for Boston. That game didn't have an overnight line, so I didn't look at it. But it's certainly Baltimore is just a bad team. I did have a lean to Baltimore in the second half yesterday, which cashed, and I would be thinking that way again today because it might be a massive line. What's going to be 150, 160? Baltimore's second half line, 160. Price might go deep though, and Baltimore is just a bad team. But Baltimore on the second half is the way I'd be leaning in that one. As far as plus 120 on the run line, I don't know about that one, man. Jeffrey S., those are all interesting plays. They all make me nervous. Brian Watson says, you're right, Pete, baseball going to be tough rest of the week. A lot of handicappers lay off. Excellent point, Brian Watson. That's absolutely true. There's going to be a lot of funky situations, a lot of funky line moves, a lot of funky results in light of the situation and the line moves. And I do tend to take this week relatively lightly. And I also tend to go for underdog lines when I do. Things like big underdog second halves and stuff like that. But you're absolutely right, Brian Watson. This week is probably going to be a little bit light for me. Okay, let's see. Other comments coming in, and then we'll look into some more MLB games. Let's see. Comments coming in. Big Ragu likes Colorado. Okay. A lot of people liking Colorado again here. Dave L.A., parlay Dodgers and Rockies money line all week. That might not be a bad idea. Let's see. Comments coming in. Brooke Jordan says Philly has no bats, and they have no defense. As bad as their bats are, it's better than their defense. Obviously, the batters matter more. The bats matter way more, obviously, but it's just interesting how bad they've been on defense. Yeah, Philly might be terrible. Let's see. Comments coming in. God, I would love to talk with Dan Kelly and these guys about the petrodollar. Dan Kelly, that's the real thing people need to be thinking about. All right, we're not going to turn this into a friggin' economics show, although we could. Yes, I could talk about that. I have some knowledge up here. You guys may not necessarily know that. Autodidact. Oh, Loshak here is an autodidact, self-taught. Didn't graduate from college, but knows a lot of shit. Shout out to you, Dan Kelly. Interesting conversation. It's just depressing and off topic, but very, very interesting. Dan Kelly and Tom Marino Tomor. All right, I am procrastinating here just because there's nothing really I want to add. I definitely like Milwaukee second half minus 119. I definitely agree with the people who are thinking that what's his name? The fucking guy for Milwaukee. Fuck is his name? Gonzalez. It's Gio Gonzalez gets hit. First inning team total over 2 for St. Louis. I'm definitely starting to agree with the people who are liking Colorado and the Dodgers here. I think I like the Dodgers more than Colorado, and again, I think I'm liking the over. I think Buehler might give up a few runs unexpectedly pitching outdoors at Arizona, and Koch, as Tom Marino said, is not a good pitcher overall in general. I did bet the over at 8. And there is still an 8 minus 130 at the Greek end. All right. And maybe I should just go with the Dodgers team total over, but that's going to be like 5, maybe even 5.5. I don't know. Let's see the Dodgers. No, it's just 4.5 minus 150. Wow. Look at that. 4.5 minus 150. All right. I will take the LA Dodgers. I'll start with that team total over 4.5 minus 150. I do want to take the full game team total over because, as many people have pointed out, Cook is coming off a decent appearance, and he's not going to go deep, though. And if he does have another good start here, easily the Dodgers could make up for that late and put up a bunch of runs late. So I'm going to take Dodgers team total over 4.5 minus 150. Dodgers team total over 4.5 minus 150. It's 5 minus 120 at Heritage, and I will take that one. I'd be leaning over 8 as well. 8 minus 130. And problem is Buehler's just so good, though. All right, let's see what comments people have. Dan Kelly, Pete is right about the Petro Dog. Dan Kelly, we're trying to not be depressed. Well, I am trying to not be depressed here, Dan Kelly, you don't even know my life story. You don't even know Dan Kelly. If you knew, oh, man. All right, let's see. Yellow Jesus says, hey, Pete, mark this shit down. Angels money line, Cubs run line, Rockies minus 3.5. There you go. Yellow Jesus expecting another huge margin win from the Rockies, and that it might be worth betting into. All right, let's see. Melos Palos Way, Cubs low-hanging fruit today, and Melos Palos Way, and Melvin Morel says Cubs low-hanging fruit today, and Melos Palos Way says Cubs win. Montgomery against Archer. Archer had a good start last time out, and we know that the Pittsburgh pitching coach is a guy who has gotten good results historically. A lot of people liking the Cubs here, which makes sense. I'm a little bit scared of fading Archer right now, though. That's just the only thing I'm concerned about. That's the only thing that I am concerned about. Yeah, now Dan Kelly's comments are reminding me of all my fucking life mistakes. Jesus Christ. All right. Let's see what else we have here. Everyone liking the Cubs. Brooke Jordan, Cubbies today, Pete. Melos Palos Way, Cubs win. Melvin Morel, Cubs low-hanging fruit. Yellow Jesus, also Cubs run line. Jared Schrader, Cubs, or he's asking, what do you think of the Cubs money line? All right, Cubs money line, Dodgers minus 1.5, like it. St. Louis team total over, like it. Cubs money line, don't really have an opinion on it, but obviously a lot of people are liking it. What's his name? Archer is a bit of a mystery right now. And the Cubs offense can disappear, for sure. The Cubs probably do bounce back and get a win. I have to think about this a little bit more and look into it. There's certainly a slight chance that I would take the Cubs minus 1. Cubs minus 1 in this spot. Let me just quickly check. Yeah. That's tempting. Or maybe the Cubs team total over as well. Maybe the full game over as well. The line is getting bet up. Archer. Is Archer going to shit the bed today? He's a bed shitter. Oh, he's a bed shitter. We know that about Chris Archer. He is a bed shitter. But last start was good. He also has high upside, as he's always had his whole career. And we know that the Pittsburgh pitching coach staff has had good success, and Archer. I was expecting Archer to make some improvements coming over to Pittsburgh. Hasn't quite translated yet, but his last start again was very good. Let's see what the first 5 team total over is for the Cubs here. Yeah, 2.5 minus 112, and the full game for the Cubs is 4.5 minus 127. Cubs team total overs might be worth a shot. And yeah, maybe the Cubs -1 might be worth a shot. Might be worth a shot. Comments coming in. Comments coming in. Let's see. Let's see. Rudar Reza says, Mr. Loshak, what sportsbook do you use to place overs and unders for each team at first 5 innings? I assume he's talking about first 5 innings team totals. Right now, I use Heritage and Pinnacle, and hopefully others will start to offer those in the future. But Heritage and Pinnacle, 2 major books, both offering them, so that is definitely counts as a market right now. Let's see. Brooke Jordan says Cubs must win for division and home field. Lamont Williams says, Tom Marino says Archer's last start was good, but that was against KC. Yes, definitely. It was still good though. You know, let's give a little bit of credit where credit is due. Brooke Jordan says Archer will shit the bed. He's a bed shitter. He is a bed shitter. I mean, you put Chris Archer in a room with a bed in it, you know what is likely to happen. Not all the time, but a lot of the time. An uncomfortably large percentage of the time. Let's see. Other comments coming in. Sean Urban, he says Cubs will hit Archer hard. Let's see. Yeah, the Cubs might be a great play today. They might be. I Am Wayne says Archer sucks on the road. Yes, I was doing a lot of NFL research last night, so I didn't look deep into some of the stats for some of these guys that I would normally do. Sean Urbany, Cubs and Dodgers are locks. Brooke Jordan, Cubs money line. Ralph Portuando, Cubs money line. Damn. Let's see. Other comments coming in. Trenton Claxton, Dodgers over. Yes. R2D2 Finland. Shout out to R2D2 Finland. I'm with Dodgers -2.5 and over 4.5 runs. Yes, I just took the Dodgers over 4.5 as an official play. All right. So the card is coming a little bit more clear to me right now. Brooke Jordan, Montgomery's 3-0 versus Pittsburgh. Yeah, I mean Montgomery's okay. You know, he's not great, but not terrible. Tom Marino, I bet the Cubs at -132. I think -150 is too high, but Cubs bullpen is still not great, and Montgomery doesn't pitch deep. Okay. Trenton Claxton like the Cubs half. I assume he means first half there. All right. I'm convinced I'm starting to have some leans here. Leans might be 2. Dodgers -1. Leans might be 2. The Dodgers game over 8. I did bet that one already. Colorado -1. St. Louis first 5 innings team total over 2. Cubs team total over. First 5 team total over to hit Archer, and maybe the Cubs -1 as well. Some things are starting to come a little clear to me. All right, let's talk about the Matt Harvey game. Cincinnati and KC. I'll admit I did take a shot with the under on this one on the overnight line. I got 9. It hasn't really moved since then. Skoglund is a soft tosser who is coming off a decent start, but in general very hittable. Harvey coming off a start where he got pounded. Is Harvey going to bounce back here? I think probably a little bit more likely than not, yes. It is a high line here, though. I bet the under when I got it at 9. Maybe the second half under as well. Maybe KC on the second half. These are all leans that I have, and I did bet the under on the overnight line at 9. Let me see. What do people expect from Harvey and Skoglund? 2 interesting pitchers. Harvey really just coming off of 1 bad start. Got shelled, but it was just 1 start. Skoglund off a decent start, but he's not that good. You know, just 1 decent start. I took a shot with the under. Maybe thinking about the second half under at 3.5 -115, and maybe thinking about yeah, I guess that's really all I'm thinking about. This is a tricky game. What do people think about this one? Harvey against Skoglund. Harvey against Skoglund. Harvey against Skoglund. Second half under, maybe. Full game under, maybe. All right. Then the Washington-Miami game. Man, that's a tough one. Shirts are at -370. Maybe Miami on the second half. I also bet Miami on the second half yesterday. That was a lean, and that one did cash. Miami on the second half, +175. Sweet Lord have mercy. For a second half road line, 180 at Heritage. I mean, Scherzer can go deep, but I'm going to take that one. I'm taking that one. Miami second half at +180. That's the current line at Heritage. Miami second half money line +180. I did the same kind of thing yesterday with the White Sox. I took them on the second half at plus 110, got bet down to plus 185, and I thought maybe I had a winner there. It was tied after the first 5 innings. God, the first 5 innings under, I talked about that. It was 4.5. I didn't have the balls to pull the trigger when it went down to 3.5 or 4 juice, but I was loving the first half under in that White Sox game. Both Covey and Kluber pitched well. And the White Sox first 5 team total under, didn't have the balls to take it. I took the Miami first 5 team total under, and that one lost. Man, damn. All right, well, I'm going to take a shot with Miami's second half plus 180 here. I know they're a bad team, but that's just a massive line. I don't know how deep Scherzer's going to go. You know, I know obviously he's capable of throwing a shutout at any time, 9 innings. But he's been struggling a little bit recently. They might pull him after 6 or 7, and Miami might come back and if they're down, you know, have good value there at plus 180. Eric Jones likes the Nats over 7.5. Brian Watson, Tony George's free play, Cincinnati under 9. Yeah, I mean, I did bet that one. Kobe Valentine says Scherzer will look to dominate his teammate in the playoffs, but at least he can go for that Cy Young. He will try his best last game of the season. Yeah, good point. Good point, Kobe Valentine. It's just a massive line here, and I'm going to take Miami second half at plus 180. Jin Rummy took the Nationals over 7.5 at minus 105. Interesting. Let's see. Other comments coming in. Tom Marino says Scherzer looks like he's wearing down. I think he's overvalued here. Yeah, and I have been fading Scherzer recently. I don't remember exactly how I've done offhand in every game, but Scherzer did look like he's wearing down, and I've been onto that over the last few games. Kobe Valentine, I like the Cubbies, waiting on lineups, but I do lean them. Brooke Jordan says, can't seem to put my money on Harvey, Pete. Yeah, I mean, Kobe Valentine told us that he expected Harvey to do better in Cincinnati, and overall that has been true. He's had his duds. Last game was a dud. Is Harvey wearing down, or is he going to bounce back here? Going up against a relatively weak lineup, I expect a bounce back from Harvey. I did bet the under 9. I want to see what the KC team total under is. That might be worth a play as well. KC team total under, where is that one? 3.5 at plus 111. Maybe Heritage will have a 4 here. KC team total under. Yeah, 4 minus 115. That is damn tempting. 4 minus 115. I think Harvey has a nice little bounce back start here. Nice, small, little bounce back start. I don't know if Casey's gonna send up those bats and get to 5. All right, I'll take that one. KC team total under 4 minus 115. That's the current line at Heritage. KC team total under 4 minus 115. I also bet the under on this game on the full game, and that would definitely be a lean, and also slightly into the second half under as well. Other games that we can look at here. Let's see. Houston, Toronto. Houston's just good. I'm going to wait for the lineups to come out. James has had some nice strikeout numbers in the majors. Gaviglio, not great, not good, but not too terrible. Then the Mets game, we got to talk about that. Touki Toussaint, huge upside. He's had some control issues in the majors. His last start was a lot better, though. Are his control issues going to come back here, or is his next start going to be better? I think on the road here against the Mets, wind blowing out a little bit, Toussaint might have some control issues once again. Syndergaard has been good, but not quite lights out. And I did take the over 7 on this one. I took it minimum amount for me, that size. But I did take a shot with the over 7. That might have been a mistake. If people want to comment on that, it might have been a mistake there. I did take a shot with the over 7. Melas Palos Way says Reds 10 straight unders, averaging 1.2 runs in those games. Yeah, I took a shot with the under. That Finn says, why would they pull Scherzer to save him for next week? This is it for the year, and he is pitching great. I don't know if he's pitching great. I'm just saying, if Scherzer struggles a bit and he's up at 115 pitches after 6 innings, they'll pull him, and that could easily happen. Scherzer might be struggling a little bit. I don't know if he's pitching great. Let's see. Jin Rummy says, Great American Ballpark opened 8.5. I had 10.47 runs projected for this game. Look where the line is going. Yes, the line is headed up a little bit from the opener. Not from the overnight line, though. The overnight line, it is where it was. But from the opener, it did get bet up. So, wow, Jin Rummy projects it over. Dab Fenn says Harvey sucks. Brooke Jordan says Harvey is a bum. Maybe I made a mistake there taking KC team total under 4. I was thinking that Harvey would have an okay start here. But that might have been another late season mistake here from yours truly, Peter Loshak. Let's see. Other comments coming in. Lamont Williams likes Tampa Bay to win today against the Yankees. No overnight line, so I didn't look at that one. Tomer says, I like Stratton at home. He's pitching great at home with a lot of confidence. Erlin hasn't been consistent. Yeah, I'm not sure what to make of Stratton. He's been pitching great at home. 2 starts ago, he had just an awesome home start, and you knew his next start was going to be a letdown. And he might have a second straight letdown here, or he might bounce back. I did take a shot with the under 7.5, though, on the overnight line. I did take a shot with that one, and that is, still 7.5 is available. Under 7.5 on the overnight line. The second half under, I'm assuming, is 3. If it's 3 minus 110. All right, I'm not sure how I want to handle that one. All right, so the Mets-Atlanta game is an interesting one. Toussaint against Syndergaard. Is the over 7 maybe worth a shot? I did bet that one when it opened, and it's gotten bet up a little bit. Still some 7s available at minus 125. Baltimore-Boston game, Yankees-Tampa Bay, no overnight line, so I didn't look at them. Pittsburgh against the Cubs. I'm definitely starting to be convinced. Maybe the Cubs team total over, maybe the Cubs -1 are worth shots. Then we have the Detroit-Minnesota game. Again, I was maybe thinking about Detroit. Money's come in a little bit on Detroit. They're a bad team, though. Leaning Detroit -1, leaning Detroit second half. Cleveland White Sox had no overnight lines. Milwaukee, St. Louis, I gave Milwaukee second half -119 as an official play. And St. Louis, first 5 team total over against Gomber. That has got to be at least a somewhat decent play. Gonzalez can get hit. And you know what? I will take that one. I'll throw. I'm not going to, eventually I'm going to take it. It's either going to be now or later. First 5 innings, team total over for St. Louis, and that'll be 112. St. Louis, first 5, team total over 2 minus 112. If Gonzalez throws another strong 5-inning start like his last start, fine. I'll eat the loss. Philly, Colorado, no overnight line, so I didn't look at it, but I'm starting to be convinced that maybe Colorado -1 is the play. Dodgers, Arizona. I took Dodgers, team total over 4.5. I'm leaning Dodgers -1 and leaning the over 8 minus 130 in that game. I did bet the over when it was 8 at a better line, and now it's at minus 130. And you know what? I will take that one. I'll throw that one on there now that it's 8 minus 130. LA Dodgers, Arizona, over 8 minus 130. That's the current line at the Greek. Everywhere else says 8.5. I'll take the Dodgers line over 8 minus 130 as an official play. And I am also leaning Dodgers -1 as well. Texas Angels, tough one. Maybe Angels first 5 team total over to hit Gallardo. Thinking about the second half under here on this one. Angels and Texas. 3.5 minus 115. Not sure I want to pull the trigger on that one, but we'll see. Anderson against Leak in Oakland, Seattle. Anderson has been great at home and terrible on the road, but this might be a better situation for him here on the road against Seattle. And Leak, I really don't know what to make of him here. It's a low line for for Oakland. Line is moved in Seattle's favor, which is curious. I kind of like Anderson, even though he's had such stark home road splits, and this is a road game. It's a road game that feels like a home game for him. Oakland on the second half might be worth a shot. And you know what? I will take that one. Oakland second half -115. Oakland second half -115. That's an official play. Oakland second half -115. Not sure what to expect from Leak or Anderson, but Oakland -1 is definitely a lean. And then the San Francisco-San Diego game, again, a big line move in favor of San Diego, which is interesting. They opened as a dog. Now it's down to even on both sides. I did take a small shot, minimum shot with the under at 7.5 on the overnight line, and I'd be leaning that way as well. I guess I'm kind of a believer in Stratton at home. Erlin has not been good, but San Francisco doesn't hit, and I would be leaning under, and even leaning under second half, even at just -110. Even at 3 minus 110, I'd be leaning second half under anyway, and a slight lean to San Diego on the second half. Let's see. I haven't checked comments in a while. Let's see what comments are coming in. Eric Jones likes the over 9 in the Angels game. Not Applewood says Texas gets bombed today. Brooke Jordan likes Texas Angels over. Okay. Gin Rummy says Padres line open plus 111. Strangely, yes, it did. Padres was good value. Gin Rummy, interesting. Let's see. Kobe Valentine loves Texas money line. So wait a minute. Kobe Valentine loves Texas money line, but Not Applewood says Texas gets bombed today, and a bunch of people liking the over on that game. Okay. Red Girl likes Oakland money line. Jesse Dykstra really liking Cubs first 5 over. They need this game, only scored 1 last night. Trend show they bounced back offensively the following game. Yes, this Cubs game is starting to remind me of the Colorado game yesterday. Everyone and their mom on the Cubs and everyone and their mom correct. And a few arrogant nerds on the other side, which is the group I like to be in, the arrogant nerds group, as opposed to the everyone on their mom group, lost yesterday with Philly, and feels like there might be a few arrogant nerds going against the Cubs today, and they're going to lose again. So maybe I'll join the everyone in their mom group and take a shot with the Cubs on this one. Team total overs and -1. Definitely Archer is suspect. Definitely the Pirates lineup. You know, I thought they were in a good spot yesterday to hit Hamels wearing down a little bit. You might be right there, Jesse Dykstra. You might be right there, Jesse Dykstra. All right, let's see. Other comments coming in. Let's see. Other comments coming in. Let me check. Sean Urbany likes first half money line for both Bayern Munich and Atletico parlay in soccer this afternoon. Wow. A lot of people liking Bayern today, and especially on the first half. May lost, play lost way. Already identified Bayern to win both halves. Interesting. Let's see. Comments. Kobe Valentine, massive line moving towards San Diego, though. Yes. Interesting line move that I don't quite understand. I mean, I think San Diego's a better team. Nelson Reynoso, nice hit on second half under in Boston game, Pete. Yes, you got it. Nelson Reynoso, Mr. Gokster yesterday asked me, Pete, I love your second half plays. What's your favorite second half play of today's card? And I said, Boston second half under. I got it at -105. It closed at -135. Cashed easily to I liked it. To anyone who tailed it, very nicely done. Congratulations. All right, let's see. Other comments here. Other comments coming in. Now we're back to the Harvey is a bum comments. Okay. Elio Rodriguez says Marlins second half is the right play, Pete. Yeah. At +120, probably not. At +180, pushing it. You're really friggin' pushing it. All right, let's see. Comic Ricky says, wait for the lineup. Madden may overmanage and get too creative on the Cubs game. Yeah. Let's see. What else do we have here? Let's see. Wally George says, Pete, why don't you ever give out run line favorites at -1.5, only at -1 in baseball? Just because I like to align my bets with the actual motives of the team as much as possible. I do take a -1.5 sometimes for sure, but I find that just a lot of times it's safer for me long term to take -1 just for a lot of reasons, Wally George, just for a lot of different reasons. Probably long term it all comes out in the wash. Let's see. Other comments coming in. All right. Dob Fenn says, I don't get much credit for my winning post here, so I'm checking back in tomorrow. Please on these picks. No, Dob Fenn, let us know what your picks are. He likes Nats run line, over Nats, Red Sox run line, under Mets in the car. Okay, so you like the under Mets game. I took a shot with the over. Line has moved in my favor a bit since I bet it. Still obviously a little bit nervous. You like the Cardinals. I would agree with that, except second half I like Milwaukee. Nats run line and the over in the Nats game. A lot of people are liking the over in the Nats game, and yet also thinking that Scherzer is gonna pitch well. So maybe people are thinking that the Nats team total over would be worth a shot. Let's just, for shits and giggles, I hate that term so much, but I use it because there's no other term that I can replace it with. I hate that term so much. If anyone has a term that they can suggest that I replace shits and giggles with, please let me know. Nationals is over 4.5 -141. Yeah, that might be worth a play right there. Nationals, team total over 4.5 -141. Brigham has not been good. The first 5 team total is 2.5 -135 at Heritage. And Brigham has not been good. He's definitely struggled. He has not been good. Probably going to be vulnerable. Probably he gets hit a bit here, right? One would think, right? I mean, seriously? Is Brigham going to have a good start here against this lineup? Seriously? I don't know about that. Maybe the Nationals team total over. The people who are liking the Nationals game over probably would also be liking the Nationals team total overs as well. Yeah, Martin Muerte for the hell of it. For a goof. That's not bad. Reef NYC. There you go. That's not bad. Yeah, I'm thinking about taking the Nationals team total overs, first five in full game. Jesse Dykstra loving Nats over. Yeah. Let's see other comments coming in. All right, let's wrap up MLB here. Let's wrap up MLB here. Okay, I'm going to just do a quick one by one over the card, and then we'll quickly move into NFL and college football. All right, Cincinnati KC. A lot of people down on Matt Harvey today, which is understandable. I took the KC team total under 4 minus 115. I bet the under 9, and that might have been a mistake. Jin Rummy's model likes the over. A lot of people are not liking Harvey here. I might have made a mistake on that game. Miami, Washington. I did give Miami a second half money line at plus 180. A lot of people liking the over on this one, and I'm definitely thinking that the Washington team total over to hit Brigham and the Miami bullpen might be worth a shot. Houston-Toronto game, going to be a pass for me. Wait to check the lineups. Atlanta Mets. Dav Fenn likes the under. I took a shot with the over at 7. Hard to say what we're going to get from Toussaint here. Huge high upside from Toussaint, but he has had control issues this year, and in a start like this on the road, they might pop up again. So as of right now, that game's going to be a pass. Baltimore, Boston, Yankees, Tampa Bay, no overnights. I didn't look at them. Pittsburgh, Cubs. A lot of people, everyone and their mom looking to fade Archer here and liking the Cubs. Cubs team total overs are definitely leans. I might add them on. Cubs minus 1, definitely a lean, and I will probably wind up adding that one on and joining everyone and their mom in the evening show, joining everyone and their mom. Detroit, Minnesota, tricky game. I was thinking about a shot with Detroit second half, thinking about a shot with Detroit minus 1 for a big score. I'm going to wait and think about that a little bit more. Cleveland White Sox, interesting matchup. No overnight line, so I didn't look at it. I'll look into that in the afternoon and maybe make a decision. Milwaukee, St. Louis. A lot of people thinking Gonzalez is going to get hit, and I went in on that one. I took St. Louis first 5 team total over and Milwaukee second half minus 119. Philly, Colorado, no overnight line, but a lot of people expecting another big win from Colorado here. We saw some people saying they like Colorado minus 2.5, minus 3.5, and I might add on Colorado minus 1 before, especially with that horrible bullpen. Horrible defense for Philly. Colorado minus 1 is looking pretty good. Dodgers in Arizona. I took the Dodgers team total over 4.5 minus 150. I took the Dodgers Atlanta over 8 minus 130. I bet it at a better line on the overnight line. Those are 2 official plays. And I guess I have to be leaning Dodgers minus 1 as well here. Texas Angels, a lot of people liking the over in the Texas Angels game. If they're liking the over, then presumably they are liking the Angels team total overs at least as much, because if you look at this game and you're liking the over, it's got to be at least more than 50% because you think Gallardo's going to get hit. I'd be leaning Angels first 5 team total over as well to hit Gallardo. I'm going to hold off on that one for now. Oakland, Seattle, crazy game. I took Oakland second half minus 115. Anderson again, Stark home road splits. Maybe this is a start that might be a little bit more in line with his home starts against Seattle in that park. And then San Diego, San Francisco. Look, I bet the under 7.5 on the overnight line. Not sure what to expect from Stratton. Erlin has been mediocre at best, but it's just 2 weak lineups, 2 very weak lineups, and I would definitely be leaning under 7.5 still, although I'm not going to give it as an official pick. And that's it for the MLB card as of now. Of course, we'll be back at 6 o'clock Eastern time, where I will go over all the interesting line moves that I'm sure will come in. We'll check the lineups to see who's in and who's out. And let me just quickly look at the lineup, look at the comments, recent comments, and then we'll take a look quick at NFL. Quick look at NFL. Let's see. Let's see, a line move right now. Let me see. Let me see. Gas Station Susie. So Bayern is a soccer pick today. That's what the comment section, couple of guys in the comment section are liking it. Seems like it is. Tom Reno says Stratton is the better pitcher when he's at home. Yes, he's had some impressive results at home. Let's see, other comments. I'm just looking for it. Okay, that's it for MLB. Now let's quickly move on to NFL. I'm going to be doing the Audible show, sitting in for Jimmy the Bag today, going over these games with Donnie Rightside. I'll be interested to see what he had to say. Again, everyone in those shows like Pittsburgh. Whale Capper, Teddy Covers, Donnie Rightside, all like Pittsburgh. Congratulations on all those guys. I was looking at the NFL games. Some of the NFL games that jumped out at me. Let me refresh my memory here. Let's talk about the Jacksonville Jaguars for a second. Now, I did take the Giants against the Jags in week 1, and I lost with that one. But the main reason I did that is because I just feel like the Jags are overvalued because of how bad Blake Bortles is. And we saw last week, that's Exhibit A, right? Last week was Exhibit A. Now we got the Jets coming in here catching 7.5 points. I know Darnold maybe got a little bit exposed last week. You know, he's not really great at taking shots downfield, et cetera, et cetera. The Jets have a few extra days of rest, though. They're coming off a loss, catching 7.5 points against the team quarterbacked by Blake Bortles. Are the Jets not a good bet here? Catching 7.5 points. You tell me, comment section. You tell me. Are the Jets not a good bet here at 7.5 points? That's the first game that jumped out at me. The other game that jumped out at me was maybe Dallas. Win or lose, they're not going to put up a lot of points, right? If they win, it's because their defense is awesome, and if they win a low-scoring game. If they lose, it's because their defense gives up a bunch of points and their offense can't keep up. So I was thinking maybe we look to take the Dallas team total over. I'm sorry, Dallas team total under for this game. The Dallas team total under, which might be where is it? Let's see. Dallas team total under. What would that be? That would be like 23, right? At the current lines. Dallas team total under. Big question is, how bad is Dallas really? How bad is their offense really? I think they're pretty bad. What they should be doing is giving it to Ezekiel Elliott more. But if they do that, then scoring will be inhibited as well. So I'm thinking maybe the Dallas team total Dallas team total under might be worth a play at about 23. Anything 23 or over is worth a shot. What you tell me? What do you guys think? Dallas team total under at 23? What do you think? That's what I was thinking about. The Houston-Indy game is a really, really weird one. How much of a mess are the Texans? Are they a mess, or are they going to bounce back? Because from what I'm seeing, they look like a mess. But maybe they'll improve with their turnover situation if their turnover situation improves. Also, what's up with Aaron Rodgers? He doesn't look like himself. I'm thinking the same thing here. Whether you take Green Bay to cover or not, what about Packers team total under? I'm not sure if Rodgers is really what the going on? I'm not sure that that Rodgers is really himself. I know there were a lot of drops. Randall Cobb played a shitty game, and I know Rodgers' final line didn't look that bad in the stat box, but he does not look like himself. He looks like he's in pain. What about the Green Bay team total under? What about that? Is that a good play or not? You tell me. You tell me if that's a good play or not. The Pats, I don't even know what to make of the Pats right now. I did take the Pats team total under at 11.5 in the beginning of the season. People might remember that. And that is looking pretty good. I know that they're going to get Edelman back. I know Gordon's coming back. I don't know, man. The Pats really needed that edge rusher. Cincinnati, Atlanta's that's an interesting game. Is this another one of these games where the market is just not caught up to where these NFL totals should be? Maybe so. Maybe so. Total's gotten bet up. It opened 48. It's now up to 51. I'm thinking maybe even at 51, that is worth a shot. Cincinnati, Atlanta, right? Atlanta, that offense just can't. They have some studs in there. They got some studs in there. And Atlanta is really missing Deion Jones, I think, right? And Cincinnati can pass. Dalton's okay. He can put up some points. They got some weapons. I know A.J. Green had the injury. I've been reading that A.J. Green is supposed to be back for this game. If he's not, I don't know, maybe Atlanta -6, Atlanta team total over. And I'm just thinking that this Atlanta game might be another game like the Tampa Bay game, like the KC San Francisco game, where the total's high, but should still be in the upper 50s and isn't there yet and might close at 54. The over is seeming like a decent play to me here. Philly game is very interesting. Wentz showing some rust, but looks good. And again, it just looks like Tennessee doesn't have the offense. Philly has a brutal front seven. So I was thinking Tennessee team total under 18.5. What about that? Philly, are they going to cover the 4? Probably. Maybe. But maybe a safer play is just for Tennessee not to be able to do anything offensively. What about Tennessee team total under 18.5? What about that? What do you guys think? Those are some plays I was thinking about as of right now in the NFL. Let's see. Comments coming in. I'm going to look at this. I'm going to look at some of these comments. R2D2 Finland says the Jags will kill the Jets. Okay. Wow. No one's, whoa, okay. Oh, whoa. Kobe Valentine says Jags D will eat up Darnold. Okay. Damn. Kobe Valentine, Jags in a letdown spot last week after beating the Pats in their revenge spot. Okay. But I mean, Bortles just looks so unreliable. Damn. Okay. Shit. Fuck. No one liking my initial read on the Jets. All right. I'm looking for some of these comments coming in. Looking for some of these comments coming in. Let's see. All right. Okay. Comments coming in. Not Actable says fade Oakland. Let's see. Everyone liking the Rams. John Spano says hammer the Rams on Thursday. Soyless in Seattle. Vikings +7 on Thursday. Let's see. Dobfence said that's an excellent play, Pete. I think he's talking about my Jets play. But Kyle Saki says, what's your best NHL play today, Pete? I don't know. I'll tell you in the evening show. Again, hail at your own risk. I would never lie about shit that I bet, but shit that I bet is not necessarily shit that you should be tailing. Get biche? I'll tell you what my plays are, though. No problem. I'll tell you what my NHL plays are, and I will tell you that I am up in the NHL preseason so far. Hail at your own risk. For the glove of God, please. Hail at your own risk only. Brian Watts says, great solo job again. Thank you very much. All right. So, Kobe Valentine, Jags were in a letdown spot last week. And R2D2 Finland, Jax will kill the Jets. Tell us how you really feel, R2D2 Finland. Damn. Jax will kill the Jets. Kobe Valentine, Jags D will eat up Darnold. Shit. All right. Damn. Tom Reno says the Jags match up great against teams with bad defenses and great offenses because of how elite the defense is and how bad Bortles is. Jets defense is top 10. I think the line is inflated. All right. So Tom Reno Tomor agreeing with me a little bit there. Big Ragu says the Jets D will eat Bortles. Also Kobe. So both quarterbacks likely to get eaten. Let's see. Other comments. Oh, shit. Other comments coming in. Let me see. Sean Urbani says, love that Tennessee under, Pete. Yeah, I expect that line, currently that would be 18.5. Might get bet down by game time, though. I mean, that's just got it written. That seems like low-hanging fruit, right? A very suspect, ineffective offense against a brutally good defense. Seems like an obvious, DT Duggs. Atlanta has a lot of injuries on defense. Yes, I'm thinking the over in that Atlanta game might be worth a shot. Let's see. Other comments coming in. Let me see. God, I wish I had more time to D Bankroll says Rodgers needs some loud for his leg. LOL. He needs something. He don't look right to me. He do not look right to me. Not that I'm the final arbiter of who looks right in the NFL. You don't look right to me, baby. All right, let's see. Other comments coming in. Let's see. Yeah, not Apple likes over in Cincinnati, Atlanta. Yes. Big Ragu, big time under in Jacksonville Jets. Yeah, except it's a low total, but yeah, I can understand that. Tom Reno likes the under. Both teams want to be conservative and not lose because of mistakes. Maybe the under, even at 38.5 or wherever it is right now, is a good bet there. Let's see. Other comments coming in. We'll wrap this up. Infamoso 91, Middlesbrough under 2.5. Okay, I'm copying and pasting that one. Oh, Dan Kelly. Pete, you are always tailing yourself down. Just admit it. You are better than most touts and much better than most gamblers. A pretty low bar. Don't stop, Dan Kelly. Keep complimenting me. I love it. Thank you very much, Dan Kelly. I appreciate that comment. I'm blushing. You can't see. I'm blushing through my hair, through my mustache and hair here. Thank you so much, Dan Kelly. All right, let's see. Yeah, not Apple likes the Jags, Jets under, Cincinnati, Atlanta over, Soyless in Seattle, Cincinnati, Atlanta over. Tom Reno says, I think the Jets and the under is a good correlated parlay. I don't think the Jets can win high-scoring games. Yes, and I think you can parlay that because the rule is, what is it in NFL? Is it 33%? 25%? Yeah, the Jets and the under might be a great correlated parlay. Good eye, Tom Reno Tomor. Let's see. What else do we have here? Other comments coming in? Big Ragu says the Jets D will eat Bortles for a snack. Wow. Not even for a meal. Just a tiny little snack. Damn. Yeah, I don't trust Bortles. I've gotten burned fading Bortles a little bit too aggressively. In week 1, I took the Giants, and, that was a loss. Still, though, Kingsley Maydew likes Jags Jets under. Marino, Atlanta's offense is much better at home. I think the value's on Atlanta. Must-win game for them. Second straight road game for the Bengals. Yes, I'm liking Atlanta. I'm liking the over, and I'm also liking the Atlanta team total over as well. I mentioned that in the beginning of the season. I just thought Atlanta's offense looked pretty devastating, and I said I was going to be looking at Atlanta team total overs, even though I knew they were going to be high, and this is a perfect example of a spot where I might be on the Atlanta team total over. Yeah. All right. So let's see. Yeah, Kyle Jack, approximately 15% at most books, Pete. Right. College football is the one where you have a little bit more leeway. Right. But I think you can you yeah, I don't know. I'll check it out. All right. Let's see. Okay. That's it for NFL. We'll be talking a lot more NFL in the afternoon show after I've done the Audible show with Donnie Rightside. And now we can just look at college football for just a couple of seconds. Again, I have not had a chance to look at the college football totals yet, which is kind of annoying, but I did take a bunch of shots on the opening lines on the spreads in college football, a bunch of leans I mentioned in the Monday shows, and a bunch of picks that I gave officially. Let's just quickly go over any line moves that are notable here. Wow, look at that. Some people were suggesting that Syracuse at plus 22 might be worth a play. Others were suggesting that one person suggested that Syracuse on the money line might be worth a shot, but the line's getting bet up, which is not a surprise. It's now up to 23.5. Money coming in on Clemson. That line might climb up even further, and maybe Syracuse is a good play there. Let's see. Rutgers line has not moved. Other lines that have moved. The Arkansas line, damn. I bet it at 18.5. I gave it as a pick at 20. And it's now up to 21 at some places. So maybe I should have waited. I understand why Texas A&M is taking so much money here. Arkansas looks terrible. Maybe I made a mistake, but I probably should have waited and grabbed it at 21. But we'll see how that game turns out. The Kent State-Ball State game, again, I bet that one at 8.5. I mentioned it as a play that I liked, and now it's down to 7.5. Although the Greek still has an 8, and I will add that one right now. I'll add that one. I should have taken it at 8.5, but I'll take Kent State plus 8 minus 110. That's the current line at the Greek. I might pull that by the end of the week, but I liked it. I bet it on the opening line at 8.5. Yeah, I mentioned I liked it at 8.5. It's now down to 7.5 market wide, except for the Greek at 8, and I will add that one on there. Let's see. Oh shit! Look at the East Carolina Old Dominion line. You guys catch that? I mentioned on the morning in the Monday shows that I was liking East Carolina. I bet it at 6.5. On Monday, it had gone down to 5. Native Queen said, be careful. East Carolina is a very, very, very bad team. Now it's up to 6.5 or 7. Holy shit. I bet it at 6.5. Yesterday it was down to 5. Now it's back up to 6.5. East Carolina, I'll make this one. I better make this one official pick as well. East Carolina minus 6.5. Look at that. Minus 110 at the Greek. All right. No harm, no foul. I could have given it. I should be more confident in my overall opinions. I could have gotten Kent State at 8.5. I could have gotten East Carolina at 5 yesterday for my official plays. Obviously, the plays that I did bet Kent State at 8.5, and I did bet East Carolina at 6.5 before it moved down to 5. Now it's back up to 6.5. I'll go with my leans. I'm making that one an official play. Eastern Carolina minus 6.5. And look at that. Western Michigan against Miami, Ohio. I mentioned that I like Western Michigan as well. I bet that one on the opener at 2.5, and that is now down to plus 1.5 or 2. Now, it might come back the other way. And Kyle Jack is liking Miami, Ohio here. But I think maybe I'll throw on Western Michigan here. Definitely liking Western Michigan. They're now down to plus 2. All right, I'll hold off on that one. I'll do a little bit more research. Maybe I'll add that one on in the afternoon show. Baylor, plus 24. I was thinking about that. That line is not moved. I gave Nebraska at plus 3 as an official pick. Now it's up to 3.5. That one might have been a mistake. I was thinking about Kansas State at 8.5. That line is not moved. Other comments coming in. Michigan taking money against Northwestern. We'll see if that gets to 14.5. That'll be an interesting line to follow. Georgia Southern, I gave that one as an official pick. Bet it at 4. Didn't have the balls to give it at 4. And then when it dropped to 3, gave it as an official pick. Mississippi State, I gave that one minus 7. It's now up to 7.5. So that's moving in my favor. The TCU game, leaning TCU, minus 10.5. No movement on that game yet. UTEP, I said I was liking UTEP as well. I bet that one at 10.5. And it was 10.5 or 11. And now it's down to 9.5 or 10. And I will throw that one on there. I'll throw on UTEP. This might be a mistake, but I'm throwing on UTEP plus 10. UTEP plus 10 at minus 110. That's a bunch of places. UTEP plus 10. That's an official play that I am adding on there. Middle Tennessee, interesting, is taking money back the other way against Florida Atlantic. That line initially got bet up. I was thinking Middle Tennessee was getting a little bit disrespected there. Now it's back down to 3. Not sure how I want to handle that game. The Kentucky game is still at minus 1. Penn State, Ohio State still at 3.5. Interesting. Notre Dame up to 5 or 5.5. We'll see if that line takes any money back the other way. I gave Ole Miss at plus 12.5. That might have been a mistake. You know, Ole Miss is, you know, they have some flaws. They're not a deep team, as someone pointed out. And Cal is still a 3-point dog against Oregon. All right, so that's it. So I've decided to add on Kent State plus 8, Eastern Carolina minus 6.5, and UTEP plus 10. You know, those might be some mistakes. I'm not Mr. College Football here. Yes, I did win Beat the Prick contest. That was 7 years ago. You know, totally different ball game. I was a totally different person. All my cells were different. But I'm sharing what I'm hoping to come out again. Just a few percentage points positive in ROI, and that's fine for me. Sharing my plays here. A lot of people liking BYU against Washington. I don't know, man. I don't like to bet against Washington. All right, let's see. DJ Big Boss loving Baylor. Yeah, I was thinking about that too, DJ Big Boss. Infamoso 91, Western Michigan money line. Yes, I was thinking about that too. Dan Kelly says, remember yesterday some newbie said, why are you guys looking at college football? There is your reason, dude. Absolutely, Dan Kelly. Kyle Jack says, going to be a good week of college football. By the looks of it, we'll have some basic breakdowns tomorrow and full by Thursday, Friday. Awesome, Kyle Jack. Hit me up with whatever you got, and I will pour over it and pull out the salient points and bow down to you during the show for your awesome analysis there. All right, let's see. Dan Kelly says, that was me. I said, everyone pros and Joes will be on Clemson because of the revenge factor. Syracuse money line. Dan Kelly, Syracuse money line. Now a 24, I think, or a 23.5 point favorite. Clemson money getting bet up. Anu Naga says, Clemson fan, but I'll take the plus 22. Well, take the 23.5 now, or at the least take 23, because I don't even think there's any 22s available anymore. John Spano, Clemson wins 44-13. So John Spano predicting a 30-point win for Clemson. All right, that's interesting. I think we're going way over here, but I think it was worth it. I think we had some interesting information. That's it for the morning show. I will be on the Audible show today with Donnie Rightside at 4 o'clock Eastern time, and then at 6 o'clock Eastern time, we'll be doing this all over again. Maybe adding on a bunch of my MLB leans to official plays. We'll review the line moves in MLB, and we'll talk a lot more NFL and college football. See you at 6 o'clock Eastern time, everyone.